I love it. I love it. I love it. There's gonna be so many comments, right? Well, why you always talking about? Why you talking about that? You saw the thumbnail. You read the title of the video. You clicked play. I didn't have a choice in the matter of seeing or hearing any of it. But you chose. Yeah, you chose. So that makes me, I guess, kind of sort of in a way, I don't know if you'd say mentally a victim, but you did this at your own free will. Which can only mean one thing. Either you love being entertained, or you got to be the stupidest motherfucker. You already know what it is. Jay Williams, Let's Live Life, and we're back. I don't even know where to start the video. Some of what I'm going to talk about today, I have completely suppressed. I pushed it to the darkest corners of my mind. And never, ever did I want to think about it again. You see things. You hear things. Then you can't unsee them. You can't unhear them. Now, it's no secret, and let me make this very clear. This is a quick disclaimer. All men in the penitentiary ain't getting down with the boys. I didn't get down with no boy. Never have, never will. Not my cup of tea. To each his own. If that's your flavor, that's your flavor. Not my thing. But there was a lot of that going on. A lot of old heads. Man, I got beat. I'm 300. You talking about what I'm doing? I got 300 years. I ain't gonna never see a woman that. Look, man, I'll pull on this till the whole head pops off. I'll bink. There ain't nothing that's till it's in the hand. But the boy was for me just not an option. Then I see young dudes that, let's be real, they was curious. Now that they got locked up and they see it taking place around them, and it's dun 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 dun, let's play ball. But today, some of the most disturbing, some of the most, like I said, this video ain't for everybody. You ain't open-minded. You don't do well with having to vision things that might make you uncomfortable. This might not be the video for you. But today we are doing gayest things I saw and heard while locked up. That's just a crazy title. The gayest things I saw and heard while locked up. It's a reality. It's real. It happened. It continues to happen. And it's not always by force. The booty bandits, yeah, they still exist. But that's more of a sickness, man. That's more of a power trip, an ego trip. One man wanting to dominate, display dominance, hurt, embarrass another man. With the level of homosexuality that's in prison, you really don't have to do that. It's everywhere. Everywhere you look, you see it. If that's your cup of tea, well, there's a whole lot of tea to be drank up in here. This video is already disturbing me, and I have not even started. I saw things along the way that just, I'm going to be real with you, I haven't repeated until today. I've been asked about things I saw, and I'm like, switch the subject, or don't want to get into it, or nah, ain't nothing like that, because I didn't want to talk about it. It's a beautiful thing about recording in my truck, right? Even though I know the world's going to see it, I'm able to talk openly, talk freely, without anybody being like, what? What did you do? Whoa, what did you just say? I can talk. And today I'm going to talk. I'm going to talk my talk. Keep in mind, parental discretion is advised. And the full unedited version will be on Rumble later today. With all that being said, you know I done seen it. You know I done lived it. So, let's relive it. So oddly enough, I ended my bid at the same exact place that I started my bid. As far as prison goes, I went to Indian Creek for receiving. And then 2 years before I'm released, me of all people, they say I need behavioral modification. So he shipped me off to Indian Creek. I didn't like the place. Didn't like it when I went there for receiving. This place did not have as many gay people as the majors I've been on. When you get up into the majors where guys are doing 800-year sentences and just astronomical amount of numbers, oh, they come all the way out. They don't hide it. They don't try to deny it. These dudes ain't never going home. And hey, this is my option. This is what I'm doing. Yeah, I got it, boy. I've heard that a million times. This is just my opinion on it. I don't think that getting a life sentence or any amount of time can make you gay. I don't think you could be like, man, I got life, so that's why I do this. No. I'm not buying that. I think that's something that you were attracted to, something you liked, something that intrigued you, something that interested you. And it just so happens that now you got a life sentence, so you use that as your ace in the hole. That's the reason I'm doing this. Heard it a lot of times. When I was on the streets, I wasn't messing with no boys, but I ain't never going home again, so that's what it is. Back to Indian Creek. I have a bad track record when it comes to first days at places. Like at Greensville, I got jumped. My very first day, I got jumped. I'm coming through receiving. My first day. Now, there's an older black dude. He's dead now. Rest in peace, Goldie. I run into Goldie up there. I was in the jail with Goldie. Goldie was my workout partner. This dude looks like a G.I. Joe. This man's in his early 60s, but he has got that. He looks like a damn G.I. Joe. Looks like somebody chiseled his body. He just got that don't make you want to take your shirt off from around him type physique, right? When I get to receiving, my bunker's right next to Goldie's. I go over there, sit in my bags. I said, what's up, man? When'd you get here? When did I get here? Now. So we get to talking. He said, look, man, this place ain't like the jail. This ain't like a lot of other places. I ain't never seen nothing like this. Like, all I can tell you is right here, just mind your business. People running wild. There's a lot of youngins around here, a lot of chaos. Just mind your business. That was the best advice he could have given me, right? So I got there that day. It was a little bit after lunch. They gave me a bag lunch. And then the evening rolls around. They called chow, not ask people, how's the food here? Everybody said, man, the food's shit. Compared to the jail, the food's busting. Like, you're going to love it. I head over to the chow hall. This would not be my first disturbing thing that I ever came across. But this one definitely caught me off guard, probably. It's definitely in my top 3 when it comes to gayest things that just totally messed me up because I had to see it. This is in my top 3. Chow call, chow call, chow call. Last call for chow, locking the building. We all head out the door, tuck your shirt in, clip your prison ID to your pocket, and we head over to chow. Coming through, we're in line, and we're talking, and I'm talking to Goldie, and kind of mingling and talking about chopping it up as we stand on the line, and man gets a tray, goes sits down. Next man gets a tray, goes sits down. Now it's loud in here. It's not like in the movies where everybody, hey, quiet down in chow hall. No, it's real loud in here. It's almost like a high school cafeteria. It's like a high school cafeteria here. Really loud. So I see this door as I'm talking to Goldie, right? And the way it's shaped, you come down and then you make a left. And then you go to the window. There's a serving line. You go down and there's a metal opening with some more screen, and a guy standing there pushes your tray out. A little brown cup with a spork in it, wrapped with a napkin with a salt and pepper packet in it. You go find your table. Go find where you're going to sit. Get you some juice, get you some tea, whatever you're going to drink, right? Oh, my God. I can't believe I'm even telling this. So we're coming up and we're getting closer to where you make that L turn. You turn around this corner, and it's a rail all the way around the side. It's about waist high, metal rail, 2 bars, runs all the way around. Keeps you inside the line, and there's tables everywhere else, trying to paint the picture. I get down to the end of the L, boom, bust a left, and I'm about 10 people away from getting my tray. And then I'm walking up, and there's a door to my right-hand side, a big brown metal door that just screams, turn the knob, open me. I like to say that when I opened the door, there was nothing in there. I'd like to say that I turned the doorknob and the door didn't open. Not what happened. I'm talking to Goldie and I look down at the doorknob and, hey, look, doorknob. I turn the doorknob. I open the door and there's a dude standing there. And there's another dude, but he's not standing. He's on his knees. Open the door. Oh, shit. And I shut the door back. Dude was in there getting his dick. Boy was in there holding and just, going all the way in. He looked up at me like I had done something wrong. Dude, hey. I closed the door back, right? Goldie standing behind me. Goldie sees the same thing I see. Goldie bust out laughing. I told you, mind your business, man. Just don't be in other people. I ain't said a word. I just kind of looked back at him like, man, there's a dude in there sucking dick, man. Like, both the guys in the closet work in the chow hall. Chow hall workers wore all white. Almost like a hospital scrubs, like them type things. These two dudes are supposed to be out there cleaning up the chow hall, wiping off tables, doing their job. And at some point, they snuck up in this closet. I no longer even want to eat. And I won't lie. At this point, I was going into prison. I didn't know any gay people. I'd never met any gay people. I was super homophobic. I just thought that, like, if you talk to a gay person, that automatically meant you were gay. You know what I mean? I'm just being real here. So I had no past experience with being around gay dudes outside of incarceration. I had definitely never seen a man get sucked by another man. So that right there fucked me up. And to this very day, it should be one of those things that there should be like a mental block. God should put up a wall so you can't see it. Like it should, I've got some trauma in my life that I just, for one reason or another, it's hard to remember. Why is that so easy to remember? Why can I still clearly see that man, Kim Kardashian status, on his knees? So yeah, that's one of the gayest things that I ever saw. That's just one. At any time I've ever walked up on somebody or come up on somebody doing something like that they shouldn't be doing, how are they gonna approach me afterwards like I did something wrong? Like I was in the closet with the boy. Oh boy comes up to me on the yard later that day, told my son, that night we had night Rick, told my son, hey man, why you open the door in the chow hall? I mean, like he hunted me down. I just got here this day. I said, man, I ain't know nobody was supposed to be in there. Yeah, man, well, you could have got us all types of, man, what is you trying to do, man? What are you saying? Like, I'm not the one that does a lot of talking and I'll do all that back and forth. So he's in the middle of, man, you could have got, I said, what are you saying, man? What are you trying to say? You was in there getting sucked. Maybe you shouldn't be in the closet getting your dick sucked. Maybe you should do whatever y'all do somewhere else, but not in the chow hall. Not to mention, I know his dirty ass went right back out there. Didn't clean her hands, didn't clean nothing. Went right back out there doing what they was doing. They had a whole set of nuts in one hand and a shaft in the other, and his mouth just Pac-Man status. Gobble, 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 gobble. We're sitting out there at the table. I'm sitting with Goldie. I ain't got no appetite. And it's hot dog day. Looking down these hot dogs on my tray, and I'm like, oh, nah. I can't even bring myself to eat these hot dogs. Took my spork and started cutting them up in little pieces. I didn't like the act of just picking a hot dog up, and you get where I'm going with this. See, I almost got to reckon with it once I based up on it. Where you going with this, man? What are you saying? Look, man, I just, you know what I mean? Look, man, you just got here. You ain't know, And he rolled out. I got to remember it, so I'm going to share it with you. Finding out you got a gay homeboy is life-changing. Some dudes don't care. I know some dudes that are so just penitentiary that it's like, man, why you care what he does? What's his sexual preference got to do with y'all's friendship? What you mean, man? 'Cause we work out together. I'm squatting. He's standing behind me. No, I can't. You are who you hang out with. Y'all know the rules of prison. But some of these convicts didn't care. They're like, man, that ain't got nothing to do with you. Who he decides to like or love, like, Shouldn't be something you dislike him for. But it's sad because in prison, you are who you hang around. So if I kick it with a dude that's got a boy, then all the other boys are going to be looking at me like, oh, he's open. Oh, he's free. Oh, he ain't got no boy. He kicks it with such and such got a boy. He gets down with the boys. That's his homeboy. They wouldn't be kicking it unless he likes boys. And I don't like boys, so I don't kick it with dudes that got boys. Follow me now. Finding out your homeboy is gay is a terrible, terrible day. Homeboy in prison. We weren't homeboys long. Met him at the poker table. And playing poker, we got to know each other. And just in dude's personality, dude was alright, man. He's a cool dude. So we get to talking, we get to laughing. The game was up. We got up and he walked over towards the TV and I was heading towards my cell. And he walked up and he was like, hey, yo, where you from? So we started talking. I'm not going to put his name out because he's still in there. Let me see the best way to... we're going to call him SD. So he comes up and introduces himself. Yo, my name's SD. That's actually his initials. My name's SD. Yeah, I said, hi, that's what's up. We go to kicking it. For the following weeks, we were more or less, he was a gang member. So when he would go outside, it was like straight gang politics. Now, there wasn't a lot of this gang in particular. They didn't have a lot of numbers. We didn't see a lot of them in prison in general. So his gang numbers were real small. He was the only one in our pod. By the time I left prison, there was a lot of these guys, right? So he was more or less a dude I kicked it with in the pod. We would do pull-ups underneath the staircase. We do dips off the benches. We do our push-ups, walking around with the brown gloves on, the earbuds in. He's more or less my inside workout partner. I go to his cell sometime, kick it. He could draw, I could draw. We sit and draw tattoo patterns and just more or less conversate, right? So I'm working on this one piece, and he's like, man, I want to add some things to it. It's a big-ass tattoo for a dude's back. And I'm looking, I'm like, it's missing something. He's like, man, let me put these buildings in the background. I can freak the buildings. Man, I'm a beast with doing the buildings. And he showed me some of his work, and he was good with doing his style of buildings, right? And I was like, yeah, add the buildings. So I give him, and it's 4 pieces of paper that I've taped together. Took the stickers off of deodorants, put them on these pieces of paper to make it one big piece to fit this dude's big-ass back, right? So I send it over to him. He brings it out to the table, and he starts sketching. The officer comes in. He takes it to the cell. They see that. They're going to know what it's for, and they're going to take it, confiscate it, write us a charge, yada, 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 right? So about 2-3 days goes by, and he still got the picture. I said, yo, man, I need the picture. I need to get the picture back from you, man. I'm supposed to start tattooing dudes back tonight. Yeah, I got you. Come over to the cell a little bit and grab it. I said, all right, man. So they call rec. Everybody goes out to rec. I said, after rec, I'm going to grab that picture from you, and I need to get the back of it inked up so I can get it going tonight. He shows me the picture and everything. I said, just hold it, man. I got my stuff. They calling rec. I'll be back. They do what's called a gate break. After an hour, they let people out that didn't come out the first time, and if it's too hot or too cold, you can carry your ass back in. I come back in the pod, I go to my cell real quick, I grab my stuff, boom, I head up, I hit the shower, I'm musty, dusty, stinky, just finished lifting weights, just finished running and jogging and doing all that in this dusty ass field, and I look over the cell and he's got the pillow in the door. Now we got a slot, and it was perfect for you to take a green state issued pillow and shove it right in that slot in the door, and once you did that, couldn't nobody see. That pillow being in the door is like, do not disturb. You know that somebody's using the bathroom, somebody's in there jerking off, somebody's in there doing something they shouldn't be, they don't want to be disturbed. It could be somebody praying, but usually it would be using the bathroom or doing their thing, right? Mind you now, I don't kick it with this dude a lot on the yard, but we're pretty close when it comes to talking as far as inside the pod and day-to-day life. I've seen pictures of his girl. I've been in the visitation room when his girl would come up there with his son, and, you know, me and SD had a good rapport as far as being in the pod. But with him being a gang member, once he goes out in the yard, I have to fall back from him. I'm not affiliated. So if I'm kicking it with him and they get into it with another gang and that gang sees that I kick it with him all day, well, they're going to stab me all full of holes too because they're going to think that I'm part of them. So it's kind of vice versa. He can't get involved in nothing I got going on because then it drags his gang into it. And I can't get involved in nothing he's got going on because I'm not gang. So I'm heading back from the shower and I see the pillow on the door. I go on in my cell, boom, throw my deodorant on, get dressed, come out, the pillow's not in the door no more. I walk up in the door and I say, yo, and I move my hand, I look around, I say, yo, oh! Let me say it again for you. Common courtesy is to wave your hand, make yourself known. A minute ago, there was a pillow on the door. Now there's not a pillow on the door. I waved my hand. I broke a rule. Before I got the A-OK, hey, it's cool to look in here. Hey, what's up, man? What you need, Jay? Hey, come on, man, what's good? Before I got any of that, I said, yo, I swung my arm and I looked in. And even though I only saw what I saw for a millionth of a second, it seems like my head went and they just froze the frame. You can pick up on that much detail in that quick of a glimpse. I'm not sure. How my brain could zone in to seeing what it seen that quick, I'm not sure. Now, at first, I wasn't sure what I was seeing. And like I told you, this was a millionth of a second. I'm talking about, oh! I look into the cell and all I see is he is standing there and his butt is facing the door. And I see a set of legs up in the air and he's holding an ankle and he's holding an ankle. And he's pound game in full effect. Now, we had a boy in the pod at the time they called Rose. They had a bald head. I don't think it was after Amber Rose because she wasn't around at the time. She might have been, she might not have been. I didn't know about if she was around, but we had a boy named Rose that kept a bald head. I'm talking about slick bald head. Kept the eyes all lined up. Dudes went crazy behind this white boy named Rose. I look in, all I see is the feet in the air and him holding the ankles. Dong, 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 dong. He didn't know I seen him. I glimpsed him, he said, yo, I'm busy. The pillow had fell. He didn't take the pillow out the door. The pillow was wedged in the door, and at some point, the pillow fell inside the cell. And rather than stop what he was doing and go put the pillow back, whatever it may be, he just kept dong, 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 dong. Went down to my cell, sat on my bunk. My celly's on the top bunk, kicked back, watched TV with his earbuds in. And I just kind of sat there. One of those moments where you question everything about life. One of those moments where you question religion, you question God. Like, God, why you do that to me? Why did you let me see that? Is this all part of the bigger plan of me never coming back? Is this all part of the lesson? Are you teaching me a lesson here? So I'm just sitting there. I ain't got no headphones in. The TV sitting on the counter. It's not on. My celly looks over the side. When you sell up with somebody, they can pick up on your energy. And he's like, yo, everything all right? And I'm kind of zoned out. Like, damn, I don't know nobody in here, man. Is anybody really who they say they are? I didn't hear him the first time he said it. I could hear him, but it was like he was in a distance. I was lost in my mind. Jay, you all right? Huh? You all right? Yeah, I'm good, man. What happened? Nothing. Now, I can't tell the man what I just seen. Because that dude's a gang member, and I've learned this lesson. I've already had to fight behind seeing things like this. Maybe about 5 minutes later, I heard doors opening. SD's cell wasn't far from mine. I could hear his door when it opened. Clang! It made this loud-ass noise, and then it rocked. They're on a roller system, right? With a chain inside the casing. Clang! Yo! He taps the door. Bunky said, yo! I don't say nothing, right? I'm still in La La Land. Pokes hit around the door. Hey, what up, dude? I look up at him and instantly he knew something was wrong. He said, what's wrong? I just shook my head. I was like, what's up, man? What's wrong? You got problems with somebody or something? I said, nah, man, I ain't got no problems. What's up then? Holler at me. I said, look, man, I don't really feel like talking right now, man. I'll holler at you a little bit later on, right? And that's a good indicator for most people. Hey, leave me the fuck alone. He said, all right, then. Deuce. Walks off, right? My celly still, hey, what's up, man? What's up with you and SD? I said, ain't nothing, man. Ain't nothing. He said, oh, you caught on, found out about the boy. He knew all about this. He didn't never go to rec. He had seen that boy. He had seen Rose going in and out of SD cell a dozen times, which he told me. Because when he said, oh, you done found out about the boy, I looked up at him. Like, yo, you knew this the whole time? He just started laughing. Tell me you seen the boy coming out of the cell. You seen him. Like, don't tell me you went down there. You looked in the cell and you seen him. What'd you see? I still ain't said nothing. I ain't verified, denied. I ain't said nothing. I'm still just kind of looking up at him. He like, oh, you saw it, didn't you? What was he doing? Was he sucking? What was he doing? I'm looking at this dude like, he's intrigued by it. Like, he thinks it's funny. I don't find the humor in it. I would end up telling SD later that evening. I go out to the bleachers as I'm sitting there. I got a TV in my cell. There's no reason for me to really be sitting out here at these bleachers. But I kind of just I don't want to be trapped in the cell, so I made it a habit of sometimes just want to sit. There's these bleachers inside the pod, blue bleachers. I just go sit on this metal bleacher by myself, or I'd sit on the staircase all the way in the back. SD came and sat beside me. I mean, he sat a little too close to me. I adjusted, right? I kind of looked at him. He was like, what's up, man? I said, ain't nothing, man. What you watching? I said, I don't even know, man. I'm just sitting there. Like, you acting real funny, man. What's up? I said, ain't nothing, man. He said, I already know what it is. Like, the boy. And I just kind of looked at him. And I just looked back at the TV. He was like, well, that's an issue or something? Like, I ain't looking at you like that. I said, you should have told me that, man. Like, you know the rules. I don't make the rules in here. This ain't the streets, man. You can't be gay and I just kick it with you. You know that. Like, why ain't nobody else told me this? This is when this East Coast shit gets on my nerves at times, because everybody's so secretive. You do not talk on the next man. That's how you get your shit split. Anybody that rocked with me like that knew he was down with that type of shit, should have told me. But they didn't. They had to cut SD off. I told him something right there. I said, look, man, we ain't beefing, man. We ain't on bad terms. We ain't on no terms, man. But this kind of where I gotta peel off in my direction. You know how it is, man. I didn't write the rules. Like, I didn't know you was messing with the boys, man. Like, he's like, boys? I don't be messing with, I mess with Rose, that's it. Tomato, man, whatever you want to call it. He said, all right, I see how it is. I honestly thought we was going to end up getting fighting. He stands up, he says, all right, I see how it is. I said, yeah, I see. Just looked at him. Like, he turned around and walked off. That would be it. No more conversating. He eventually got caught doing the same thing I was telling y'all about by a guard. Them guards will walk by, and if that pillow's in the door, they don't respect the pillow. They'll push the pillow right in and look right in at you. They don't care, male, female, don't have the pillow in the door. Sir, no pillow in the door. Hey, I told you about putting that pillow on the door. Because you could be in there killing somebody, you could be in there digging a hole. They need to be able to see you when they walk by that door. OSD, man. Okay, so I had to delete the third part. I didn't even feel comfortable telling that one. So I went back, and it's a new day, and I'm going to redo it. But yeah, the third story I originally had on there, no, after telling it, it felt wrong. Just to have to think about it, to mentally vision it again, and then to put it into y'all's head, no. So we're going to do a retake on the third story, and I'm going to give y'all a completely different one. That's not acceptable, man. As much as I want to be real with y'all, I can't do that to y'all. So anybody that's been locked up knows what Priya is. If you've watched my channel, you probably heard me talk about Priya in the past. So Priya is the Prison Rape Elimination Act. It was put in place way back when cheek clapping was a thing, when it was a really big thing. Before all the boys got as popular as they did in prison and became such a just normal thing, booty bandits was a big issue. It was a 50-50 chance when you came in that if you couldn't hold your own, somebody was gonna take what belonged to you. And I'm not talking zooms and whams. I'm not talking your favorite pair of Nikes. No, I'm talking that leather Cheerio. Got that word from JD DeLay, leather Cheerio. So they enacted the Priya, Prison Elimination Act. place. Now these are people you can reach out to if you've been victimized. If you feel like you're going to be victimized. Your cellmate makes you sit down and pee, or stares at you funny, or you wake up in the middle of the night and he's standing over top of you, breathing heavy, rubbing your back. And if you find yourself in a bad position, these are the people you're supposed to reach out to. There was a number right above the phone with the pre-assigned, a toll-free hotline. You could call in, unanimously, keep your identity a secret and tell them about somebody that was doing something to somebody else. Whatever the case may be, this group, this organization was put in place to keep buttholes safe and mouths. They would just randomly come to the prison. Let me paint the picture. For the most part, it was almost always white people. If you want me to lie and say it was a mixture of black and white people, then sure, that's what it was. But keeping it 1,000, it was almost always all white people. Now, the lieutenant or the sergeant or the officer that was, guiding them around a lot of times would be black or Spanish or whatever he was. But the group consisted of a bunch of younger white chicks. I'm talking 20s, mid-20s, early 30s. And then a couple of older white chicks. When I say older, I mean older than them. Late 40s, early 50s. Not saying that's old, I'm just saying that's older than the other chicks. That's the group. It's usually a group of 5 or 6 of these people. And they spend their whole day just walking around being nosy as hell. Looking at cells, opening doors, talking to people. The boys would rush them. Now you got the boys some of these boys got tattooed eyeliner on, tattooed eyebrows, super tight jeans, identifies as she. They would always rush to Priya people because it's women. You know what I mean? I would know, oh my God, guess what happened to me? They would be up there joking with them because they identify as girls. Now you actually have girls in the building. So the boys were big on, hey, how you doing? Going up there and kicking it and talking to them, right? Well, these are some of the most nosiest people you'll ever meet. Times have changed. Booty bandits still do exist. Men do still get victimized. But if y'all think y'all gonna come in here and you're gonna catch somebody in the act, or you're gonna save the day, you're wrong. Everybody knows you're here. All booty bandit activity has come to a halt. What hasn't come to a halt is the guys and their boys and the relationships that take place between the men that date the boys, mess with the boys, have a boy. Oh, their lives carry on like nothing's happened. Over in the school hallway, you had this other building, this administration building, where schooling take place. Where if you did college courses or trade, you could go over there and they had these classrooms. Now, wherever they're going to have stuff like that, they have to have bathrooms. But these bathroom doors don't lock. If that door was to lock, you could grab an officer, push her up in there, and anything could happen. And it would take the guards time to get the door open, and by then the damage could be done. And that's a terrible thing. So these doors in them hallways didn't lock. So as convicts, inmates, we know you don't just walk up on that door and open it. No, you better not. You're going to see something you don't want to see. A lot of times guys would come over there to gun. Like their cellie would never leave the cell, so they could never just in their own cell. So they take their pictures, whatever they were going to gun to, and they would go over into the hallway, go in the bathroom, catch some privacy, and that's how they would handle their business. Guys would also go on dates. Guys also would go on dates, right? Meaning they would meet their boy over there, go up in the bathroom, and then they would sneak, hey, I got to use the bathroom real quick. Sneak up out the classroom and go into the bathroom and bounce, wow, it's going down in there. Yeah, getting it in, literally. Well, these Priya people, they go building to building. I see them in my pod. They're walking up looking in people's cells. They got the lieutenant with them. You're in the cell and you want some privacy. I've told you, you put the pillow in the door. That means don't look in here. Don't touch the pillow. Don't look at the pillow. Don't think about the pillow. Something's going down in here that you don't want no parts of. It could just be a man pooping, but it's the only way you get privacy. Otherwise, people can walk by and see whatever you're doing in the cell. Oh, the lieutenant takes it upon himself, walk up, push the pillow in. That morning, ain't no telling how many guys he caught in there releasing themselves for the day, and you got these women right behind him peeking in. Straight violating dudes, man. It was the worst when they came in. Now these ladies, they got the visitor name tag on. Hi, I'm Susie, visitor. And then the Priya name tag also. Hi, I'm Susie, with their Priya people. Prior to them coming in this go round, now I've talked about this hall, I talked about school and all that, just to kind of lead y'all into it. That's where everything takes place. I knew the rules about that bathroom, but I didn't always know the rules. When I first got to that prison, I went over there, I went to church. Pretty sure I told this story, didn't want to tell it again. But I left church, went to go use the bathroom, opened the door, and I found two men in the bathroom. And they weren't fighting, they weren't talking, they were fighting. So there was a stabbing over there in the hallway outside of the school. Dude bangs dude up, catches him in the hallway where it's real congested, whole lot of stuff going on, the cameras didn't work, aired him out, punched holes all in him with a piece of steel, tried to take him up off this earth. For whatever reason, whatever he did, made him mad enough that he buried metal all up in him in the hallway. Everybody saw it, nobody told, there's no cameras. Now they had cameras, but the cameras were as old as the prison was. Cameras haven't been updated. Everything else has been updated, all the electronics and wiring, but these cameras have not, and they don't even hook up to the new system. So the wires just kind of dangled there. And all the inmates knew the cameras do not work. So if you want to get somebody, as long as an officer don't catch you, that hallway is perfect. Dude gets banged up. Me working maintenance, anytime something like that had to be addressed, we're the guys that addressed it. So after I saw them in the pod that morning, I went on to work as they were still looking indoors, Peter gazing, meat checking, bunch of meat gazers. They go over into this hallway. I'm on a 6-foot step ladder, not far from the bathroom, maybe about 8 feet from the bathroom. And I had been seeing the boys go in and out the bathroom. Now what you would see was you would see the man go in there first. And then you hear the boy go to the door, hey. And the man, yeah, come on in, come on. Creep up in there. Now my boss, he knew what took place in there. All the maintenance men from the outside world knew what took place in prison. They knew not to open doors. They weren't convicts, but they had been working there long enough. They knew the do's and don'ts. So they had been seeing the boys come and go, their men come and go. This was legitimately like one of those motels you could rent for an hour back in the day. I think New York might still have them. I know some parts of Philly still have them. Like you could rent the room by an hour. It's kind of what this bathroom was, except it would be used for like 3-4 minutes. No sooner than those guys come out, another couple would sneak up in there. I was never a couple, no part of none of that. So don't be looking at us like we all do that. 10 years I went without. Yeah. Here comes the Priya people down the hallway. This little skinny white dude had just went up in the bathroom. And this dude is about as skinny as Napoleon Dynamite. If Napoleon Dynamite was 5'5". Little young, frail white dude. Now his boyfriend looks like he could be a linebacker, like the fridge. The Bears, like, boyfriend was a big ass man. These people are walking and they're looking in classrooms. They're opening different mop closets. They go into the side door of the chow hall from the hallway, look in there, look for other areas where somebody could possibly be victimized. They come out and I'm on a ladder and I'm hooking these wires up. I done ran this conduit and pulled these wires through it and I'm hooking everything up. And I look over and I see the Priya people opening doors. I look over at the bathroom. I know, as a convict, what is taking place in that bathroom. I know right now that the little Mr. Napoleon is in there with nothing but the hanging out. That's all. They open this door, and I don't think they expected to see anything. We knew better. We knew to knock on the door and wait for a response and wait some more. And then maybe wait a little long because you didn't want to open that door and see something you didn't want to see. They open this door, and the old boy is going to Pound Town. He is in there he's in there pounding on his little Napoleon Dynamite. Before they even realized, I think it took, just like any time I've seen anything like that, it takes your brain a second to catch up with your eyes. Your eyes see it, your eyes register it, your brain tries to deny it. No, I'm not seeing what I think I'm seeing. It's not what I'm seeing. Lieutenant opens the door, stands there for a second, and then reaches in and grabs this young white dude and snatches him out like he just saved him from a Priya incident. Like he just stopped human trafficking. Like he just saved the day. He just ruined both of them guys' days, considering both of them were gay. They pull him out, and then they get the big dude, the Bears, and they cuff him up. Now they've got the young white dude, they've kind of like he's a victim. Got these white women, oh my God, walking him down the hallway. Are you okay? With their arm around him. No, it's not okay. His butthole probably needs attention. But he's been doing this for a while, so he's probably okay. Took the big dude straight to the hole. Rushed the little white boy off to, I guess, therapy, counseling, somewhere to talk about it. Show us where he touched you. The DNA kit. I don't know what they did. These people really thought they caught something that shouldn't have been happening. Not knowing that they just interrupted somebody's day. That's about enough of those for the day. Now let me make this very, very clear, right? I don't care what your sexual preference is. I don't care what you identify as, what your pronoun is. If you like boys, girls, girls that look like boys, boys that are girls, half boy, half girl, half girl. I don't care what your preference is in life. Be true to who you are. That I can respect. Be yourself. Be honest to who you are. I come to learn real quick that if you ain't gay, dudes ain't pushing up on you. The only ones that'll try you like that are booty bandits. But ain't no boy gonna come with no straight man. And ain't no straight man gonna go with no boy. They know who plays ball and who don't. So I'm not homophobic. I don't got no problem with gay people. Hey, live your best life, man. What you doing don't affect me in no way. Who you lay down with at night, who you say you love, who you connect with, the person that you call yours, that's between y'all. But please do me a favor. Don't be having sex in public. Don't ever let me walk up on some shit like that out here in the free world. Hey, ankles all in the air, dude just on his knees, just pop, 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 pop. Man, stay out of prison, man. Stay out of prison. Prison is a very violent, high testosterone, boring, and in some situations, gay place. A lot of gay men in prison. Lot of gay men in prison. A lot of boys in prison. A lot of undercover men that like boys in prison. But I can also tell you this. There's a whole lot of straight men in prison that held their own all the way to the gate. That's not something I'm attracted to. I don't see how you can do that. You got to be attracted to whatever it is you're seeing. There's got to be an attachment there for everything to... Otherwise, that ain't going to work. That's not my thing. We not going to... Ain't none of that popping off because you got nuts. There's some nuts right there. I see them. No, can't do that. Thank y'all for watching another episode of Jay Williams Let's Live Life. This was a little bit different. Somebody's going to get here, make your little comment. Make it, because I promise you this. I promise you this. You'll get your ass blocked. Or you going in the box with everybody else that don't know how to talk. My mind's going to block your ass. Get you gone. I don't need you over here bringing negativity. I'm just honest in the things I've seen in life, man. No harm, no foul. I guess sometimes there is harm and a foul, but I'm just honest in what I've seen in life, man. Just sharing my stories. You saw the title, you saw the thumbnail, you watched the video, and then you'll drop a comment. Man, why you make these type? Why you watch it? Why you watch it? Why are you so disturbed? Are you not secure? Are you not secure in your sexuality? I'm very secure in mine. I know what I like and what I don't like. So why would what the next man likes bother me? Well, maybe you do need to go to prison so you can learn to mind your damn business. So those are just some of the gayest things I saw while locked up. All very true stories, all very much still scraped, graved, burned into my brain, and forever will be there. If there ever does come a point in life where I get like Alzheimer's or one of those, dementia, I really hope these are the type of things that I forget. I don't ever want to forget my loved ones. But I would be okay with not remembering SD having the boys' legs in there, the two chow hall dudes being in the cleaning closet. Yeah, I'd be okay if those memories went away. But I guess now that I put them on YouTube, they're here forever. But anyways, these jails, the detention centers, these prisons, these boys, they're all just crazy worlds inside of a already crazy world we live in. And as always, y'all know what I'm doing. Just trying to keep y'all entertained. Are you not entertained? And like always, this is Jay Williams. Let's live life. And to all my real ones. And there are some real ones watching. Because y'all still watching me. Man, y'all know how we do. Salute.